Hello, and welcome to the next installment of Cooking by the Book. My name is Douglas with the Baltimore County Public Library. Today, we are working with Jamie Oliver, and we are doing Jamie Cooks Italy. Now, to prepare for this, I'm going to be making a hero tomato sauce, and I'm going to be making fresh gnocchi, which I've never done before, and we're gonna see if it works. To get prepared, I had to boil some potatoes for 20 minutes. If this sounded easy, you were wrong, because Jamie is cooking Italy by way of England. My American brain had to wrap my head around it. Jamie called for 1 kilogram of a floury potato, such as a King Edward or a Maris Piper. I've never heard of a Maris Piper. I had to figure out that a kilogram was about 2¼ pounds and realized that a Yukon Gold is a floury potato that I would be able to find. I got the potatoes boiled, they are cooling, they're going to be ready to make the gnocchi, but we are going to start with hero sauce. Now, if you love a good hero like I do, I can be your hero, baby, because I am going to show you how to make a delightful sauce. A hero sauce is relatively easy, and it really is a couple of simple ingredients. When I say simple, oh, Jamie, 4 tins of 400-gram canned cherry tomatoes? That was a little tough for me to find. The other things I need are 2 hot chilies, a bunch of fresh basil, garlic, and olive oil. And that is it. Things that we are going to throw together in the pot, we're going to let it simmer, and we are going to have some fun. So let's get started. The first thing that I need is my garlic, and I just mince up very carefully, mince up the garlic. I am going to add a little bit of olive oil to the bottom of my pan. I'm just going to saute my garlic. I want it to get nice and sizzly. The other thing I'm going to do is have my chili peppers, so they're ready. Jamie suggests we now scrunch the cherry tomatoes with our hands and squeeze it into the pot. In our house, we didn't really scrunch things up with our hands, but Jamie wants us to do it this way, so we shall soldier forth. So I'm grabbing the cherry tomatoes, and I'm just going to scrunch them into my pot. And apparently cooking by the book is a signature for making some messy things, but we didn't hit anybody with flying tomato. We're good. The next part is easy. I just throw in my 4 halves of my green chili, and now I have a bunch of basil. And again, Jamie suggests we tear the basil into the sauce, and we are going to tear stalks and all. And once I get all of this in, this step will be done. That is all we need for the hero sauce. We are just going to let this simmer, and we can start working on the gnocchi. We are making gnocchi, which is a potato pasta. I've eaten it. I love it. I have never tried to make it, and I am terrified. But the ingredients are relatively easy. One is a little harder to find, but the rest you should be able to get easily. I have mashed my potatoes, and I have put them on a floured cutting board. I am using a 1/2 cup of 00 flour. The only other things we need are salt and pepper, and of course, a little bit of nutmeg. I'm just going to start mixing my potato with my flour. Now that I've got the dough, I'm going to add a little salt and a little pepper to it. I'm going to mix that in with my dough just to give it a little bit of a flavor, and I guess we're going to grate the nutmeg. And I've got nutmeg, grated nutmeg onto my gnocchi. Oh, very exciting. So I did face some challenges with this. The dough got very sticky with the potatoes, and it liked to stick to the cutting board. I did add some more flour, and as you can see, I'm sort of moving it very quickly right now so that I'm preventing the sticking. But I did manage to get something that looks like a dough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to roll this out into the shape of what we know as gnocchi. I might want to take less out so I can roll it a little thinner. And these are apparently a little bit rustic. They're not supposed to look all perfect or uniform. And so now I am just going to cut these into little cubes, and I'm going to put them on this plate for now. I did get some interesting gnocchi shapes, and now I'm supposed to roll them across a little pat of butter, which I have here, and then I can take my fork, and this is what's going to give it the grooves that you see in the traditional gnocchi, I'm just going to give them a little bit of groove. And I don't know, I think we are ready to boil them. I've brought some water to a boil, and now we are going to see if they hold together. The consistency is fine. They should boil for about 2 minutes and float to the top. Oh, here we go. Just going to add a little bit of my hero sauce. Remember, you've got hot chilies floating around in here. So when you are plating, you want to scoop around and make sure you don't give one to one of your guests. The sauce smells absolutely wonderful. Jamie did say you could strain this if you don't want the larger pieces of tomato. I like things to be very rustic. I like tomato in my sauces, so I just kept them the way they were. Finally, I'm just going to add a little bit of grated Parmesan cheese. And look at that. An absolute perfect, simple dinner. Some of the ingredients were a little harder to find, but I think it's worthwhile. With Jamie Cooks Italy, I'm going to give this one a 1 thumbs up, simply because some of the ingredients might be more difficult to find, and some of the techniques might take a little practice before you should get them. I do suggest checking it out, though. Make your own gnocchi at home, and please let us know if you did. I'm going to dig in now. Have a wonderful time, and we'll see you next time.